Hey my friends, thanks for tuning in and being with me and us and all of us, and welcome. You're always welcome here. This is your card of the day. Alright, so we're switching it up a bit this week. We're going with Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck by Kyle Gray with images by Lily Moses. Now remember, these have angels, they've got the ancestors, they've got the directional cards. They've got a lot in them that I think gives a broader message sometimes. And then we're picking a new guide for the week from again Kyle Gray's Divine Masters Oracle with illustrations by Jennifer Hawkyard. So let's see who is our director of the week. Or let me just start with the two isms that pull this together in a way. Start every day in love and luxuriate. Start every day with love and luxury and do things that make you happy, that make you feel joyful. And I'm sorry, this silly camera has a hard time focusing. The other one is, I am grateful for all that I've received so far and for what is on the way. Now, receiving things that you've received so far could be generosity, could be love, could be blessings, could be epiphanies, could be knowledge, could be what you've learned, all the things you've received that you're getting while you're in human form. This is what we're grateful for. And knowing, understanding, and stating that there's a lot more of that on the way. All right, start with the card of the week. And we have the Divine Director. The message from the Divine Director is to trust the process and create space for divine order to unfold in anything and everything that we're doing. Now, it's said that the Divine Director is part extraterrestrial and part angel. I have a challenge with that, I guess, because, the human mind of ours has a hard time even comprehending other realms, extraterrestrials, even though, listen, we all buy into Star Trek and other culture of that nature, so it's entirely possible. But anyway, the Divine Director is really right at the heart of the universe, source energy, God, everything that gets created. And the Divine Director just makes sure that our angels are doing their job to protect us, to keep us moving forward, and that things are moving along as they're supposed to. The message really this week is going to be about giving up the need to be right and giving up the control, because there is a lot going on. There's a lot of moving parts happening. And when we try to get in the way and force things to happen, we're missing the point. We're all going to come up against challenges. We're going to come up against things that we may have overlooked, things that we need to learn and see. So when these things pop up, when the challenges pop up, we're being guided to trust that there's a bigger purpose behind it that's opening up. And the choices and circumstances that we face will lead us to know and really ultimately to trust. And I'm getting the sense that this card of the week is about trusting. It's about trusting when things don't seem to be going quite as we anticipated. Trust in the process, which is really tough to do when we're used to a routine and we're used to a systematic way of being. All right, let's shuffle. Gertrude, Beatrice, are you here? Yes. Okay. Shuffle as many times as I want to. Shuffle until I feel like I need to stop shuffling. Just keep shuffling. 2 more times, okay? What do? Pick off the top or pick off the bottom? Pick off the top, okay. The Fire Guardian. Ooh, I like the Fire Guardian for some reason. I like the image anyway. Ignite your passions. Oh, okay. So this works with the fact that today's the number 1 day universally. It's a spark of creation. It is starting anew. It's turning a new page. It is sort of getting ready for the last week of February. And also we are on the approach to a full moon. So those needs and those dreams and those wishes and those illustrations that we put forth on the new moon are sort of culminating on the full moon. It's really time to find out what we're passionate about. What do we love? And where are we finding the joy? And this is really what the Divine Director is talking about. It's really not about the loss of anything and the struggle of anything. When there is loss and there is struggle and there is a detour, there's a very good reason for it. The challenge is we want things to be on our terms. Well, yes, indeed, I think the universe conspires to bring us what we need, when we need it, on our terms all the time. However, sometimes we want to change direction midstream. And if we're on a pathway that's for our highest good, and we're on a pathway that's leading us where we need to go, but then all of a sudden we get distracted and turned up a different road, or another choice gets made that's not in alignment, there's this, oh, now what? I learned from the 4 agreements not to make assumptions, not to take things personally, to always do your best. I've forgotten what the other one was. But these are the things that we should be striving to do at all times. But this card today is really about turning on the heat to your passions, turning on the heat to what it is that lights you up, turning on the heat to who it is that lights you up, and what it is you want to know, where it is you want to, who it is you want to be around, and how do you make that happen. Let's see if I can get any more information from the Fire Guardian. There are things that we're going to be drawn to. Things that are going to spark our... Like, it seems like today might be a day of initiation. It could be that you are truly inspired to do something and go in a direction that might seem to other people off the wall, so don't tell them. I'm being urged to tell you to do 2 things. Either A, light a candle or find a flame of fire and stare into it. And imagine that that flame and that fire is extending into the heart of you, the center of your being, center of your chest. And then allow through the flame of the candle or the fire, whatever it is that's igniting, to ignite that in you and bring you the knowledge that you're looking for. That's one option. The second option, and possibly part 2 of the first option, is to find a body of water that's flowing. A waterfall, a pond, a fountain, something that you see in movement. Doesn't necessarily have to be moving towards you, but you could be across from a waterfall. It's difficult. Or you could be near the ocean where the surf comes in and breaks. That to me is flow. It's 2 things happening. It's keeping the flow of passion going, and it's also keeping the flow of healing going. Remember what I said about the Divine Director is leading us to healing, leading us to joy, leading us to happiness, leading us to ultimately where we should be going. And this is why a lot of the constraints and a lot of the pillars of control are crumbling and coming apart. You're being guided by your angels to connect with the energy of what you desire at this time. You may have recently set an intention to perhaps pursue something of a passionate, even sexual side, to become more expressive in that way, which is desire, which is creativity, which is the birthplace of everything. The fire of desire helps us burn away old setbacks and old fears that are preventing us from expressing our true nature. Now, the challenge when we're talking about passionate desires, sexual desires, recreation desires, that type of somewhat animalistic intentions, is it's an energy, and it's an energy that builds up. It's really challenging, I think, sometimes for many people in a spiritual form to even talk about passion and sexual desires. It goes along with the intimacy of it for me, the love of it for me. When we're with other people or we're doing things, whether it's throwing clay and becoming a potter, whether it's getting into painting like our friend Vicky does, where she just allows that paint to come. The first 3 chakras, possibly part of the fourth, definitely the fourth is the energy, the fuel in it, but the first 3, the basal chakra, and the creativity, the second chakra, and the third, the powerhouse, and the fourth, the heart, is what keeps us in this human form. One thing I know about creativity is it's ours, it's indicative to us, it's indicative to us in a way that is not belongs to anybody else. We can be tasked with creating an image, molding something, creating something. And the passion is in the journey of making it happen, in the journey of watching it happen. It's not in the end result. It certainly isn't in the result of trying to please somebody else by what we're doing. And for that, sometimes I do look at the sexual act. And in the human form, there are many folks who substitute sexual desire, nothing wrong with it, with love and with intimacy and that creativity, which you can only get to when there's a deep desire and a deep connection to the Creator, which is the divine director. The challenge we've had for many lifetimes and centuries is like anything else. It sits right up on the side of abuse. And so for many people, when you talk about sexual desires and all of that, they go into a place that is not quite so pleasant, or not quite so joyful, or not quite so happy. That is for each and every one of us to sort through and maintain. And maybe for today's message, the divine director asks us to just accept what is, as it is, in all the ways that it is, and know that if there's a desire within us that is just lights up the passion, and you got to look at where your facial expressions are, and the lifting and the lightening and the joy and the, just like, think about it. When you imagine a bonfire and the flames are just dancing and they're doing their thing. You know, many Wiccan ceremonies dance around a flame and a fire. I mean, the Native American Indians do that with fire. When we're looking to do a burning bowl ceremony, we do it with the fire. When we're asking for Archangel Zadkiel to come, and the Holy Amethyst and Saint Germain, we're looking to put our spiritual things into the violet flame to let it be healed. Fire and flames pulls the passion and burns off anything that doesn't need to be in place. I'm hoping I'm making sense with this and not going off on a tangent. I'm looking at Gertrude and Beatrice and asking for I'm asking for their guidance, and they are literally looking upward like this. What I feel from that, when they're looking upward like this and they're raising their hands up, is they are in the presence of the divine director. So what I've got to say and what I'm saying has got nothing to do with them. They are just so busy with it, with all of it. I think this week is going to be quite a magical week for all of us. If we can learn to lift up, pull back and get to the heart. Lift up, raise your vibration. Pull back the need to control and get to the heart of where your desire is. I think that came out of the ethers. Anyway, listen, I love you. Thanks for liking, subscribing, expanding all of this for me, all of this for you. We are now a community of light workers. And I'll see you tomorrow. Big love. Bye. Hey everybody, we hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with all your friends. Here's a QR code if you decide you'd like to get a private personal reading with me. I'm available most evenings and on the weekends. Just go over to the website, book in what session, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and then fill in the contact information and I'll be back in touch. And if you feel kind enough, here is a link to my donation button. Energy exchange of any amount is always gratefully received. Until next time, be well, be blessed, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.